I might have computer issues, but I don't have Dr. Pepper issues. Actually, man, I want you guys to realize this is the last Dr. Pepper on this island.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. I mean, that's a sacrifice for the show.
Bro, I need you to call in the National Guard or something, man. It's a scary moment right now.
You got the power, man. You can call them and say, hey, dude, put me a case on the plane.
Hey, Jerry told me he's working bigger issues. I told him there were no bigger issues. And can't be going without Dr. Pepper, man. That's no bueno, man. That's a major crime of humanity.
So I've got my Dr. Pepper, man. We've seen it here.
Yeah.
But I brought a special guest on the show today.
Okay.
This is a no show prep first, man. I mean, I didn't even tell you about it.
Okay.
I've got a peach Pepsi. I'm gonna try the peach Pepsi, man. My first impressions, are always a big deal.
Okay. Yeah.
This is actually the third peach Pepsi that I've had in my hand. Multiple stores in multiple cities. Three different cities, 3 different stores is the third one. All of them were sticky. I had to wash. I just gave up. I went and brought this one home. I had to wash it off so I could have it on the show today. So I'm going to go with my first impression of the peach Pepsi.
I've never even heard of this.
It's it smelled great. It smelled peachy. It's a promo for the summer, I believe. I don't think it's a permanent.
Okay.
Actually, I lied. This one's mango. There's multiple this year. This is the Mango Pepsi. I lied. Mango Pepsi.
All right, hold on. Wait.
I haven't tasted it yet.
Wait a minute. All right. What are you looking for on this mango? What are you expecting?
Good question. I would like it to. I'm kind of concerned even about the peach flavor, but mango. But having like the Pepsi Cola with mango, I want it to. I mean, I want it to be good. I don't really drink Pepsi a lot, but I want it to be good. And Pepsi's pretty sweet. Mango sounds like a sweet fruit. It is a sweet fruit. So if this is something I could slip a little rum into, have a little sugar, kind of hide the rum. You know what I'm saying? That'd be good.
So,
no rum in it, I just opened it.
Are you wanting like an overwhelming taste or just a hint of mango?
No, I just kind of want them to hold hands. I don't want it to be a mango drink where I just get mango juice.
Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of there. I definitely don't want any aftertaste of either one. I want it to just go down. Are
you a mango fan?
Since I thought this was peach until just now I turned the ball around, I'm more of a peach fan than mangoes, but mangoes are good. If they're somewhere available, I'll eat them. Yeah, I like mangoes.
Okay. All right, Ted. Go for it. Let's see what you got. That's a long drink, ladies and gentlemen. He's holding it. It's like he's drinking wine, friends. He had to hold the aroma in his palate. Oh, he's going for a second drink. A second drink, ladies and gentlemen. He's tasted it, swallowed.
It's
it up. A third drink. A third one.
I don't think it works. It's not nasty, but I don't think mango and Pepsi work. I don't know how this got past the people in the office.
Hey, you gave it 3 drinks. That's a lot.
Well, I know I showed off the Dr. Pepper, but I really have been drinking coffee, so I had to really cleanse my palate. I had to, rinse out the coffee, and I'm definitely going to try the rum before I totally discount it. But I don't think I'm buying another one. It's not nasty. I don't say it's nasty, but I don't think it's going to make it in my grocery buggy.
Okay. It was a nice try.
Change.
Try again.
Nice change. Yep. Yeah. I'll try. I can look for the peach now. That's what I was really looking for with the peach Pepsi.
Right. Well, I appreciate you being a trooper and trying to mango when you wanted the peach.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to power through.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes.
Hey man, did you see? I didn't see, but did you see that your movie got pushed out? Mortal Kombat release date got pushed back a little bit.
What? Look, of all the horrible things going on in this world, famine, hunger, COVID, now no Mortal Kombat. What is? Oh,
let's see. It says it's going to release on April 23rd now. It's not way out, but it's April 23rd. It's a little bit further out.
Week before the NFL. NFL draft.
Give you something to look forward to right there. Yeah.
Something to look
I'm
forward
looking forward to Black Widow.
Mm.
I think it's July. I think July 8th, July 9th.
What do you think about this whole HBO app, man, where you can go watch all these movies that are coming in the theaters early, or not early, but you can watch them on the app?
I really think that's the way it's going. I haven't yet paid to see it at home on the app because I am a AMC Stubs subscriber. You know, I get 3 movies a week I get to go see in the theater for $20 a month. Me and the wife, we're both subscribers. And so I go see movies in the theater. I enjoy going to the theater. Our local AMC has recliner seats and it has a bar. There's never any children there because in our town we have 2 major theaters, AMC and Malco. Malco's the nice, big, fancy, shiny one. All the kids go to Malco. So I go to AMC and I enjoy it. I enjoy going there. Most of the time, there's only like 2 or 3 other people in the theater. It's pretty sad, you know, to be in a room of 100 seats and 5 people are there. But so with that said, I think that streaming movies is, I think that's where it's going.
So, December 4th, 2019, night before I left for Iraq, me and Lexi go to a movie together. I told her, honey, I promise you when I get home, we're going to go to a movie together just like this the second day I'm home.
Yeah.
I was hoping she would have forgotten that promise because
there will still be movie theaters when you get home.
She reminded me yesterday that I have not taken her to the movies, and I promised her I was going to. And I was like, honey, I will. I promise the moment we can, we're going to go, babe. Like, it's not because of me, but it's just funny because we love the movies. That's something me and Lexi and Paige really enjoy.
Right.
So it's definitely been an impact on our life not having them. And I know some people it's not that big of a deal, but it's a pretty big deal to us. I'm with you. I don't really care about the streaming. I watch TV as it is. I'd much rather go to the theater. It's an event, right? Like if you go to the movie theater, you're getting the popcorn and the soda and the shared seat and the kid in the back that won't shut up and the one guy who's trying to tell the movie because he read about it. But it's an event. And yeah, I mean, I've got a 60-inch TV and a sound bar and all that stuff, but it's not the same as going to the movies. So yeah, I'm ready, man. I'm back.
I miss I miss arcades.
Yeah,
I didn't really go to arcade a lot, but part of the movie experience used to be going to an arcade. Part of the experience used to Pizza Hut, going to eat pizza at Pizza Hut was the arcade. And somewhere along the line, people businesses didn't realize that that's where the money was at, or that was what the draw was.
Yeah.
Pizza Huts have taken the arcades out, and there's no arcade in the movie theater anymore. They took the arcades out and put in bars. I like the bar, you know what I'm saying? I'll spend my $10 at the bar instead of jamming it in a quarter slot. But
well, they're the same people. You just grew up now, so they're trying to get your money on this side.
I would play the arcade games if they were there. I watch a Urban Explorers. It's called Urban X. People go with their video cameras. They go to places that are abandoned and closed, and they're really historians. You know, they get to go through places and make a permanent record of what the place looked like. Recently, they were at this enormous movie complex, and prior to them being there, somebody had knocked a hole in the wall because they knew that there had been an arcade behind this wall. And this movie theater complex had just sheetrocked over the room. The machine still had power. You know what I'm saying? Like there was power on in the room. The machines are still in there, still running. They could play the freaking video games. They just sheetrocked over the room.
Wow.
I don't know why people hate money, but man, when people are jamming quarters in a slot, that's where the money. That's the money.
Take their money.
Take their money.
Yeah, man. If you're shoving quarters in it, why would they ever want to stop? Just take the money.
Yeah, I mean, there had to been some reason. I mean, normally don't turn away money, but they have. You know, there's just I don't go to any movie theaters that have arcades.
I don't get it because that's such a big money maker, man. That's just like, I don't know.
I work with a guy who part-times at a movie theater in town. The other theater, he works at the Malco. Yeah. And he's been working with them for like 25 years. And he claims that the owners tell him that they make almost no money off of ticket sales. It's all off everything else they can sell in the theater. the popcorn and drinks and anything else. So you would think that they would just be, I don't know, selling hot dogs in a hallway or something, just trying to sell anything to bump up that profit. Because movies are so expensive. They want so much money. And the theater owners have to stay on top of the technology. You have to have the latest and greatest projectors and, compatibility. Now movies don't even come with film. They just come on a disc. And most of the time they only get one disc. They have like a mainframe kind of a computer thing set up in an office somewhere. Then they have the multiple screens going, different projectors. And they just assign which movie is played on which screen in that room. But those discs they're expensive. It's not like a CD. They're expensive. The machines are expensive.
So I'm putting on an event here, and it's tying to this. I'm not just going one side or the other. We're putting on an event where we're going to we're hosting a golf tournament, and it's what you just said, man. Like, we're not expecting to make anything off the entry fee. It's so expensive to get greens fees, but they're going to allow us to sell. Pardon me, I just said the word sell. That is not the case. We are allowed to accept donations for any products we have that require donations.
Yeah.
So we're going to request donations for brown liquids, and proteins.
This might be something I could, I generally don't donate much money, but this is something I could get behind.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're hoping to make about 2 G's off donations. Now, we're going to hopefully have about 12 to 15 teams. So it's not like 12. So, talking, we have 15 teams of 4 people. That's 60 people. So 2 G's really not much for 60 people.
Mm-hmm.
Plus staff and everything else is going to be involved.
And you're just trying to cover expenses. You're not making any money here. You're just trying to cover what it costs to have a good time.
Yeah. I mean, so no, but yeah, you're right, man. So like, there's no money going to be made off of entry fees. And that's something we've been trying to push people is like, yeah, we're charging this amount of money, but we're not making it off of it, man. Like, so we're trying to think of other things, like you're saying, other things to make money with.
In a past life, man, we were, my kids would go to the school, and we were kind of close to the inner workings, learn a lot more about how schools work. Most of the time you just go to the game. You don't care about the game. I don't care about how it happened. You just care about the game, who wins. You just want your kid to play and win. But the truth is, for some reason in Arkansas with the AAA, the Sports Association, the school, the body can have nothing to do with promoting or providing for the team. It's all separate. That way there's no profit could be made. That's why they have like these clubs, they call like an athletic club or something. They take care of that sort of thing. They also have to pay for the referees. So you have a snack bar. I'm just saying, if you go to a game, go to the snack bar. Your team desperately needs you to go to the snack bar because the referees are not cheap. The referees are like, they make like $50 a game or $75 a game, depending on if it's, junior high, high school, or senior high, So at the higher level, you get the better referee at the higher level. But most of the time they swap referees. Most of the time the referee shows up for the first game is not the referee in the last game. He's just going to the next school. They make good money. Referees make good money. So our little snack bar would have to make like $400 to cover the girls and the guys basketball game. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have a basketball game, you'd have to clear $400 just to pay the referees. You ain't paid the school. The school's not even making any money. You didn't pay the school for the gym. You didn't turn the lights on. You didn't pay for uniforms. You just paying for the referees for the freaking game, $400. And I'm talking about a little school.
This is my biggest complaint about snack bars, is I feel like snack bars are like, it's going to cost us $400 for the ref. We could either divide 400 by the number of people we expect to come, or divide it by 4.
But they absolutely do. Yeah, they're counting heads coming in, because most of the time you go, well, I got to sell this for that. I can't sell it for less than that because we have to make 50 cents on the hot dog to pay the referee,
Right.
And every time I got to be my turn to be in the snack bar, they'd quit asking me back because people come up and be like, look, I don't want the side item. Can I just get like that for like $2.50 instead of paying for $4? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to put money in the tills. All I'm here to do. I don't care if you sell the chips or not. We'll sell the chips to somebody else. Somebody will come along here in a minute and just want a bag of chips. I'll sell the chips to them.
If I had known I could negotiate
I mean, if
I'd
I'm at
be
the
a lot
snack bar,
more
you can
than that.
negotiate. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to put money in the till. I don't care. I'm just trying to, because the end result is paying the referees. You know, you just got that dollar amount. You got to get the dollar amount. And then a lot of times at the end of the day, you're just giving food away. And once you finally make it to that point where you paid the bill, then you just, just come get the food. You can't keep it. You know what I'm saying? It'd be bad in a week. So you can't keep it.
You know, you just said something that should revolutionize pre-college, maybe even college athletics when it comes to selling stuff. Because to me, man, first quarter, whatever it says on that stupid board that no one wants to pay for. How many times have you been in line and been like, $4 for a hot dog, $4 for a soda, and if I get a meal deal, it's $20? Wait, what's going on? And it's like, what are you doing here?
Look, I'm going to take it one step further on you there, Bubba. So if you go to a college event, like for instance, I know we only use our home state because that's the only place I haven't really experienced that. If you go to a college event at War Memorial Stadium, the vendors there, it's the people working there are working there for free.
Can I get a soda? Can I get one soda?
Hang on, man. The people working if you go to you walk up to the beer garden or Chick-fil-A, the people working there don't work for Chick-fil-A. They don't work for Budweiser. They're working. They're there for free. They're working for whoever the money's gonna be donated to out of War Memorial. Every dollar made there is donated. Why they're wanting $6 for a hot dog, I have no idea. That's absolutely ridiculous. If I wanted to give money to their donation, then I should be able to donate. But it's ridiculous that I'm at a sporting event. You act like it's a benefit that you're going to provide a place for me to buy food, and then it's priced so high that I can't afford it. I'm going to eat before I get the
ketchup.
They're literally not giving money to the donations like they could. You know what I'm saying? They're
you're right.
Money away from these very well needed, organizations because they charge an exorbitant amount of money because they say, well, at St. Louis, they're getting $10 a hot dog at St. Louis to see the Cardinals. Well, I'm not going there either,
So I had the opportunity, a great opportunity. Thank you, Philadelphia Eagles. Only time I'll say something nice about you. To go and Philadelphia every year provides 2 different snack stands for the organization I work with last. And they do, man. They're a great stand-up organization. But it's everything you just said. So 50% of whatever we made, we got to keep. Now, obviously, it said like if you sell 100 hot dogs and you sell them for $2 a piece, you didn't make $200. You got to buy the stinking hot dogs and the buns and the ketchup and the relish, and the mustard, whatever, and the plate it goes on and the napkins. So obviously, like they probably didn't make anything off whatever we sold. Or if it was a small amount. Right. But that was one of the biggest complaints we had was if we worked there, they expected us to pay the same prices as a customer to get a drink. And it was like, bro, look, I get the hot dog might cost you $1.75 to make it, but it's not costing you $8 for a dang soda pop. Like, get out of here, man. I'll bring my own cup. We ain't talking about the same. So, and they expect you to clean up. And you're like, well, of course you clean up, right? Like, yeah, no, they expect you to clean up like your area.
Right.
Which is not just in the area you are. So like the fourth quarter, like you're not watching the game. You're like sweeping and trying to collect all the trash in your zone. And so I went one time and what I came away with was, this is where I say something negative. What they gave us was essentially free labor. You sold it, you worked there for 5 hours, and you cleaned like a 300 foot area to include the area you worked in. And oh, by the way, you get to keep half of it. Congratulations.
Well, you just have to do it for your cause, whatever it is. If you're there working for St. Jude or, Children's Hospital, you're just there for that. You can't.
Absolutely.
You have to just forget anything else because but it is ridiculous they didn't just feed you. That's insane that they didn't just like bust open the bar in the back and if you're someplace and you're making $4,000 or $5,000 for a charity, whoever's putting it on, they should spend $200 on Heavenly Ham or something and throw out the fixings in the back.
Absolutely.
because they took their money home, and it's amazing advertising. You know, you get to present your your product, whatever it is. I'm not going to insert any name brand, but it's always name brand. You get to insert your product into this sporting event. You feed 4,000 people, man. 10,000 people walk by and it smelled good. They're all thinking about somebody farms sausages when they go to the store.
Bro, how many times have we left a sporting event and drove to the restaurant that put it on?
It's
Like,
happened, sure. Yeah, it's
when
happened.
we came back from Kansas City, we ate at Chick-fil-A twice. And I know it's because we just smelled it for 3 hours while we watched the game.
Yeah.
And because it's Chick-fil-A, man, that's God's chicken. What else would you eat? But side note, hey, speaking of that, man, speaking of sporting events, I'm gonna let you finish that thought. Then I'm gonna transition to something else. What do you got, man?
I'm just saying that whoever it is in their marketing at that restaurant at Chick-fil-A is such a genius of them that they spend so much money. They're at every game. You can't go to a high school or junior high event or a college event and Chick-fil-A isn't there waving their cow around. It's just genius because kids just, I mean, McDonald's was it when I was a child and before I was a child, and they have just completely lost the market. They lost sight. They don't advertise correctly. And they're going to lose. You know, well, McDonald's is going out, man. They're going to lose. And
So I have 2
they
points.
just took over.
First point is, I'm gonna go in opposite order. First point is McDonald's here in Portugal
Yeah,
is a sit-down fancy restaurant.
yeah.
That's the first point. Crazy, totally different. You still go up there and order, but it is super, super, super nice and very pricey. Which what that does is it changes your clientele.
I'm here to tell you, McDonald's is expensive here too, but I'm not going to go. Me and McDonald's, we've cut ties.
So you're right, but I'm saying they do their. I think that they went more expensive than they needed to change the clientele. But the food, bro, the food is the best McDonald's you've ever tasted.
Yeah, yeah, that's good.
Like, and it's not the people they have there, man. Like they hired these guys could go work anywhere else for the pay they're getting, which to me changed the entire culture.
Yeah,
So I wonder if that's a brand thing they're trying overseas, and if it works, they're going to bring it back to the States. I don't know. It's just weird to get here, and it's not fast food. It's interesting, and they're green. Yeah.
I don't know how a company can invest so much in remodeling its restaurants. They've taken back some of the franchises to make them corporate stores again. You know, on a large scale, they've done so much to try to rebrand, and they haven't changed their hiring model. They still pay crap. They still don't train. Their people are, I don't know. I don't get it. I won't go back. McDonald's could not give me free food for life and lure me back to eating there. Ever
Not right now. They would have to totally change their makeup. The point that I can tell it's changed.
Yeah. I'm never going back. There's just too many options. They've lost.
Yeah, no, you're right. All right, second thing. So the last 2 times, not this last time, the 2 times prior to this trip to the desert, Chick-fil-A sent over something like 10,000 sandwiches on a commercial nonstop from the United States.
Wow.
So that the food would not go bad. Their personnel got off the plane, they served it, got back on the plane, and flew off to the next deployed location. Did not accept a penny from anybody.
That's awesome.
Like, forget marketing. You're never going to forget that. If you're working and some cat hops off a plane, hey, bro, you look hungry. Eat this. It was still hot. They had some crazy plane where they're making them in the plane. Absolutely crazy.
That's awesome.
Great job, Chick-fil-A.
And they didn't even do it for marketing, man. That's what I love about the company. They just did it.
Yeah. They just did it. Yeah.
They just know you boys is hungry.
I've gotten multiple gift boxes from Chick-fil-A. There's a website you can go to and type in your information. Chick-fil-A always donates like huge amounts of money in these gift boxes. So go them, man. Sometimes it's dumb stuff, not dumb stuff. Sometimes it is not Chick-fil-A merchandise. Multiple times I have gotten like a box of cookies that someone homemade.
That's
cookies.
awesome.
Yeah. So A+ program, H+ company.
Yeah. I gotta find out how to donate to that, man. I donate some cookies.
Yeah, exactly. Transition time. So I was gonna go earlier. You said sports. You live in Arkansas. That's home. UCA, University of Central Arkansas, Conway. this next season, I believe now that we're in April, they are now an official Division I football team. I don't want to. I'm not trying to go to the sports side. Calm down, audience. This is not a sports video. I do want to talk about the money side because this means we now have 3 Division I programs in the state. Of course, the U of A. The Razorbacks are the Division I football team in the state of Arkansas. If you are a Red Wolf fan there in Northeast Arkansas, your Jonesboro, Arkansas State University, big time program for Jonesboro. UCA has, forgive me, UCA if I'm wrong, they have almost won the Division II championship multiple times. I don't think they ever broke that threshold, but they almost did it more than once, which, by the way, me and you, have got to find time to go make that a fall enjoyment because it's literally college basketball. It's a bracket breakdown, but in football. It takes them like 12 weeks to crown a champion. It is like 12 playoff rounds. It's amazing. I think that would be so much fun to just pick a team and go with it.
I think that they've actually laid the groundwork to have an interstate game now, haven't they? They
have. The 3 teams, UCA, Arkansas State, and Arkansas will soon. I know basketball, I believe football is preparing to start doing the same thing. I don't remember what year it starts, but I know Arkansas is going to play Arkansas State, and I believe UCA is going to crawl in there too. Arkansas State and UCA already play each other in Little Rock. I believe Arkansas is going to join the fun. What a state enjoyment opportunity. People have got to see this as fun, not as competitive. You cannot go there mad because your team loses. Just be happy it's happening. Just go there and be like, this is the best thing in college football. We get to enjoy it.
Man, I hope they could bring back the event like it once was when Arkansas played in Little Rock. I hope that they really are able to bring that magic back to people parking in the golf course, not being mad about it. Unfortunately, Jennings is not with us anymore. He can't feed his barbecue like he used to, but man, it could be a wonderful experience in Little Rock. And I really hate that our Central City has such a bad reputation because that part of Little Rock is absolutely gorgeous, man. The zoo's right there, the beautiful golf course, War Memorial Stadium. It could use some work. I'm just saying, anybody from War Memorial, the Parks Department's listening, you got to rebuild the bathrooms, man. Just tear them down and rebuild the bathrooms.
You got the best children's hospital in the world right there.
Yeah. Well, pretty close, but yeah, it's a gorgeous part of town. Traffic's, it's fun. Be prepared to be in line. You know what I'm saying? When, Little Rock's a big city, and when that many people show up to get off at the same 2 exits, traffic's going to back up. It's going to happen.
Hey, so I'm glad you said that, but you and I, state of Arkansas, the royal we, need to do things to correct that. And what I mean by that, man, is Jerry's World, they have corrected the problem. They have created these parking areas, and then you catch a tram and it takes you to where you're going. And you walk the rest of the way, but there's little events. You can get your little face painted. Me and you stopped at a sports bar and enjoyed some chips and salsa halfway because we didn't want to walk 3.5 miles or whatever it was.
We did walk a while that game, yeah.
We did, but we stopped and ate chips and salsa.
Yeah,
we enjoyed the game. We enjoyed the culture. Jerry's got a live band going. Arkansas has great live music. Multiple bands have come out of that city. Why not put on an event where you play in front of the entire 50, 60, 70,000 people that are walking by there? There are things the city can do to make this, because this is not going to be a football game. This is going to be a statewide, complete, all corners of the state are going to unify on this weekend. This has to be well thought out. Governor,
I hope so.
You're listening, bro. Make this your priority.
I don't know who's putting it on, who the promoter is, who would be the promoter. Maybe look that up. We might need to call him up. Like, hey man, we got some good ideas here. We need to.
Yeah. Hey man, call not for you. No show prep. We're here for you.
I would be happy to listen to their ideas and respond for free, because I would really like this to be an amazing opportunity. I'm not saying that I'm the expert on it, but I know that I have my own opinion, and I think I'm I think I'm somebody that would be worth listening to, not because I know what I'm talking about, but I think I'm even headed, and I want it to be a good event.
Yeah. Hey, so UCA, I want to throw this out there for a
UCA.
second. I just saw the numbers on UCA.
Yeah.
I think you're probably you might see a flaw pop up, might not see a pop up on this, but UCA, just the athletic department, has brought over $1 billion to Central Arkansas.
Wow.
My question becomes, bro, is this the economic impact that Jonesboro is seeing as well? We know we're seeing that kind of impact in Fayetteville. You live in Northwest Arkansas. It is a gem of a city location. Every year it is listed as the top place to live in the country. Maybe not number one. Maybe it falls to 3 or 5 or 7, but it's always in the top 10.
Yes.
And it's because your location is because the revenue of the U of A and all the other colleges around there. I don't mean to minimize any of them. You guys have a great educational environment there, great jobs for major manufacturers, low crime rate. But it all starts with the abundance of money brought in for such a small capita of people.
Yeah,
And
no doubt, man. 30,000 kids every year are at U of A, and I don't know what the tuition is per year, but that's a chunk, man. That's a definitely economic impact. And they rent houses and they eat food and they buy everything. It's amazing how much money they spend.
I paid $500 a class when I was there, $1,200 a class for grad school.
Yeah.
So that's been 12 years ago. That was not last week. It's been a little while ago. But UCA is the same boat. UCA, Conway, Maumelle, that little area is about the same number of people. And they don't have all the different jobs you guys. And they have a couple, they have the computer manufacturer that's there. IBM? No.
I just forgot.
Yeah. But they have, it's not Dell, whichever one it is.
Yeah.
They have a computer manufacturer there. A couple of my friends work there. They're going to make fun of me when I can't remember where they work at. But it is interesting to me to see how much of an impact UCA grows from this. And UALR there in Little Rock, they have been begging to make War Memorial Stadium their home field and create a football team. And for whatever reason, they keep being told no by their board of trustees, which is the dumbest thing in the world. In fact, you may not know this. In fact, I actually put money down towards season tickets for a football team if they opened one. That's kind of annoying. I want my $50 back there. ULR. I'm not done that. It's been like
not how it
5
works,
years.
though. It's gone.
It's gone. But it's going to be interesting to see the economic impact. It's going to be interesting to see those UCA blow up. Don't drink that. You don't want that, bro. Is it better now?
No, it's not.
No, I didn't think so. I didn't think so. But yes, and it will. What year? I want you to guess here, Ted. It's April 4th, 2021. Give me the year when all 3 now Division I teams go to a bowl game. All 3 of them.
Well, I don't know how good UCA is, but U of A and Jonesboro, I just forgot the name of the school is. They go to bowl games. They go to bowl games regularly.
All the time.
I don't know that it's this year, but I would say in the next 3 years, yeah, I could see all 3 schools easily being in a bowl game.
So UCA is going to join Arkansas State in the same conference. That's going to be fun. That is going to be, I haven't checked the divisions yet. I guess I'm behind on my times. I should already check that. But I can say there's not going to be anything more fun than them playing each other for a championship.
Awesome.
That's going to be the great point, man. That's going to be the amazing moment when that happens. Because, man, we haven't had that here. That's not something we've experienced. And it's going to be interesting. I'm looking at it right now. I'm not just staring at myself here.
I'm really liking this. My first thought was, man, we're going to divide the the kids coming out of high school, we're going to divide them again by another Division I team. But in reality, this may not be that effect at all. If one of them, if they don't like the coach at U of A, maybe they do like the coach at UCA. They may not leave the state. They may get to still play here and not go to Texas or Florida or Missouri.
Yeah.
Hey man, I was watching TV yesterday by chance. I never watched TV, and I watched the end half of Wayne's World.
Oh, Wayne's World.
Which is amazing because I've been researching all these old comedians because of our show. I've been getting to watch all sorts of stuff, and then there it is, man. Mike Myers and Dana Carvey on TV. I just had to watch it. And
yeah,
this movie is incredible. At the time it came out, and there was so many Easter egg kind of like hints towards other TV shows and movies and skits. You know, if you didn't live it, you probably miss them all. But my favorite one, man, Mike Myers, he's trying to go rescue the girl away from the other guy. You know, he's trying to go get old Tina Carrera back, and he's just racing down the highway, and a cop car pulls out behind him, and he's like, "Oh man," you know, and he hits the curb, and a cop gets out, and you just get to see like a neck down shot of the cop. I instantly recognized who it was. I didn't even, you know, just because I lived that time period, I'd forgotten about the scene. And Mike Myers is all nervous, you know. The cop gets to the window, pulls out a picture of a kid, and it's the cop from Terminator 2. He's like, "Have you seen this kid?" You know, Mike's like, "Ah!" You know, and takes off driving.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
The movie's fantastic, man. Al Bundy's like the donut shop bartender, you know, in the movie.
Oh, I've got to go back and watch this movie.
Oh, it's so good, man. It's so great. Alice Cooper. They get to go backstage and see Alice Cooper, and you know he was just a crazy just a crazy show personality. Had these really just fantastic, crazy shows. I didn't go. I wasn't old enough. But to get backstage Alice Cooper, and he's like putting on a history lesson about the city of Milwaukee and the name coming from an Indian, you know what I'm saying? All straight like he's a college professor. He's got the full makeup on, you know, he's still got his, you know, whatever. And oh man, it's great. It was fantastic. I loved it.
I've got to watch that movie again. It has everybody in it.
And a lot of people. It really is. It's a lot of fun. And you
We
see over the
should go
weekend,
back.
some guy, I don't think he was in the States. I think he might have been in Canada. I wish I knew this. Where he's at doesn't matter. So over the last week, a SpaceX rocket didn't make it back to the atmosphere. It's returned to orbit. Rockets didn't fire, and so it burned up and returned into the atmosphere. And a pretty large piece of the rocket lands in this guy's yard. It's like a huge helium tank. It's bigger. You couldn't put it in your car. You know, it's big. You had to put it on like a flatbed trailer to get it out of there. And it lands in this guy's yard. And a few hours later, you know, somebody shows up that works for SpaceX, and they're like, "I'm here for my rocket piece. I'm gonna get it out of here now." I'm just saying, I'm just letting you know now. If you're watching NASA, I'm sure you're not. SpaceX, probably not either. Elon, if any part of your rocket lands in my yard, don't come. You're not getting it back. I'm saying it's mine now. Part of your rocket that you didn't have control of landed in my yard, so it's mine. I'm keeping that baby. He's not getting it back. No way, no how. Not happening.
So I'm a little different. You can have it back, Elon, but you have to crack that checkbook open pretty dang big.
If some part of your stuff could have killed me and you had no control over it, man, it could have hit me and not my yard.
Yeah,
it's mine. You don't get paid. That's fine. I got you. But yeah, don't show up.
No,
don't show up thinking you're just going to get it. Not happening.
Man, that's weird. Is there some kind of law that says they're allowed to do that?
I wouldn't think so. I mean, I haven't looked it up. I don't know. I don't care. But I mean, it would seem like it's just like recovering a ship at sea or in your lake. I mean, if you find a lake, if you find a boat adrift in a lake, you know, not tied to the pier, you can't go steal boats. But if you find a boat in the lake floating with no one around, nobody's near it, nobody's swimming nearby, it's yours, baby. Like, it's your boat. I would think it'd be the same thing. Like, this rocket was sailing through the atmosphere. It didn't return where it was supposed to. It landed in my yard. I found it. It's mine.
Paige, guess who invented a rocket? I did. Help me get it in the garage. Man.
So for years, I got to take all three of my kids to space camp. And I was so amazed that the one thing that wasn't at space camp that could have been, I've not been able to figure out where they go. I have been to the Kennedy Space Center, and I asked somebody that worked there, not that they worked for the space program, but they worked at Kennedy. I was surprised that this was something that no one else had asked about. They didn't know. It's too late now. The space program is gone, and our past president made sure that he butchered up everything that was left, so there's nothing to go back and find. But when the space shuttle was attached to the launch platform, the rockets, the external rockets, the held on each side, the two big long white cylinder things, they were bolted down to the platform in 4 places. Each rocket had 4 bolts, had explosive nuts on the bolts. And after we would all watch, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, get to 3, and they do the ignition of the main engines. And then at 1 or 0, when they push the launch button, they would ignite the 2 external rockets. You just pray to God they light. They always did. We never had any problem. It was amazing. The people in Wyoming or Montana that made them, man, they did a great job. These bolts would explode up at the moment of ignition, because if it didn't, the space shuttle would literally leave the Earth with the launch platform attached. It would just leave with it. The space shuttle generated well over 1 million foot-pounds of thrust per rocket. You couldn't attach it to the Earth. It would move, it would just burn a hole in the Earth. So these bolts would explode, the nuts would explode, huge nuts, bigger than my head, would explode. These 2 halves would land there. I want half of one of those nuts. What good are they? You know what I'm saying? Like, they just blew apart. It'd just be like a chunk of metal. I've been to Smithsonian. There was not one on display at the Smithsonian. There was not one on display at Kennedy Space Center. There's not one at Space Camp. There's not one in Houston. Maybe they disintegrate, but I would like for someone to tell me, why are there not molten pieces of busted nuts somewhere from? It just seemed like such a museum piece, It was like,
that'd be so cool. This literally was part of a bolt that exploded.
Yeah, and they generated 8 every launch, so it was like a plentiful supply. You would think they'd be off to senators, to put on their bookcase. Like, this is a piece of space history that you can have. Anyway, that's all I got, man.
That'd be cool, man. That's a good point.
I'd love it. I'd love to have one. My family and I, we first went to Florida. We got to see Atlantis standing on the launch platform for the very last time. We got to see it right the week before it launched. Last week, I'm at Disney, and I'm wearing a mask, and it's a NASA mask, and it says, "I need space." And one of the cast members, she sees it, and this has happened to me more than once at NASA. I actually had a moment with a cast member. She's seen the mask, and she says, being polite, trying to make conversation. That's what they're supposed to do. She says, "Oh, have you been to Kennedy?" And I said, "Yes, I have." And I told her what I just told you. I seen Atlantis on the launch pad for the last time. This is where a moment starts. She instantly, because I said that, she instantly has a memory, and she says, "That's so awesome." She said, "My dad works for NASA, and he took us to Kennedy, and we got to watch it roll out from the vehicle assembly building. We got to watch it roll out into the launch platform." And I'm saying, I had like a 10-second connection with a person over a moment in history that happened, more than 10 years ago.
Wow, that is so cool, man.
It was just so awesome. Yeah.
Who would have thought that the cast member, any of them, would ever have a dad work at NASA, much less take him to Kennedy, and you'd happen to wear a mask? There's just so many pieces that had to happen. That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
It's like a spaceship country song.
I recommend waking up every day with eyes wide open, because you just never know where your day is going to take you.
That's true. That's true. Well, sir, solid show coming up soon. We're probably gonna have another book review pretty quick. Also, look for our Final Four and championship bracket. Big stuff happening over here at No Show Prep. Also, just throw a little plug. Check out Not For You Productions. It's old school. It's old stuff. You'll see familiar faces and people you may not know, maybe you do know.
Absolutely.
But,
absolutely.
It's our original stuff. You might like it. It's a good time. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, the man who puts all this together, my partner Ted, coming out from Fayetteville, Arkansas now, not from Orlando.
That's right, man. Back here in the crown of Arkansas.
Crown of Arkansas. Well, sir, I think
Yeah, wrap this up, baby.
cue the electric.
Zzz.